This has been a very, very long time coming. I have been asked repeatedly over the last couple weeks to please do a video on Eternal Magic. Unfortunately, I had been really caught up with prior engagements, but as Eternal Magic has just officially launched, I thought it'd be a good opportunity to finally dip my feet into the waters a little. There have been a ton of content creators pushing out videos for this game recently, but I never expected that upon logging into the game for the first time that I would see so many new players running around the beginning area. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys here. Often games just fail to get off the ground as soon as they launch, but on my journey to like level 25, 26, I saw nothing but populated areas. Every single new area that I went into and then subsequently explored while leveling, I was in direct competition with other players for monster kills. Every new settlement I happened upon, I saw other players just running around, completing the very same quest that I was on, and people were actively talking with one another. The main city, or heck, what I can only assume is the main city, was absolutely packed with players as well. So much so that upon loading into the area for the very first time, my computer actually dropped some frames while attempting to load them all. And seriously, I have a $5,000 computer. That is how packed my screen was. And I will admit, although I only had a very basic brown horse, seeing some of the mounts that people were riding around was pretty damn cool. Now, Eternal Magic is a brand new traditional themed free-to-play MMORPG. It utilizes a tab target combat system like Final Fantasy XIV and World of Warcraft, and honestly, the combat is incredibly fluid. These days, whenever I hear the words tab target, I automatically jump to the conclusion that it's going to be some kind of clunky or slow form of combat, but as you can see from the gameplay that is playing right now, as a mage, I had the ability to actually be ever on the move. Now, I am a fan of the mage class. I play and pretty much main mage in every MMO that I ever play. And I am also a fan of mobile magic classes. I get that traditionally mages are supposed to, like kind of remain completely still when casting. Often they are the much harder hitting class, so allowing them to have the mobility to not only dodge boss AoEs, but to also keep their distance from other players in PvP does, I guess, seem a little unfair. However, in Eternal Magic, I get to live out my dream of being a tiny mobile turret, much to the dismay of my enemies. Oh, right, yeah. And speaking of classes, I actually almost forgot to talk about them. There are 6 in total: the Knight, the Spellblade, the Mage, the Assassin, the Gunslinger, and finally the Priest. MRSSSTIX traditionally plays healer in like every single game we ever play together because she's a nurse in real life, so she has this innate desire to like help people, and I guess it's this weird thing about holding people's lives in her hands. That way, if people are idiots, she can just let them die. Okay, maybe not. That's not really her personality. She's much nicer than that. However, I am the kind of person that would let people die for being an idiot. She would probably save them regardless. But of course, that's why we're married. She is so contrastingly different to me that it makes me a better person. And her a worse one. Surprisingly though, she opted to go Spellblade while I went Mage. I went around shooting fireballs at everyone, just lighting everything on fire and melting them all to the ground, whereas she did like cool little magic tricks with her sword. But I mean, it worked out great. The game is developed by WIGGY, a company out of China. It's published in the West by Russian publisher 101XP. I haven't really played too many Chinese MMOs with the exception of Perfect World, Moonlight Blade, and Revelation Online, but let me tell you, it is very reminiscent of a Chinese MMO. Let me elaborate just a little bit. In South Korean MMOs, their focus is on how visually stunning the game can look, while forgetting that a good-looking game is great and all, but a game that plays well and is filled with content is so much better. They're normally just generic copy-paste MMOs that don't really offer anything new to the genre. In Chinese MMOs, however, their focus is on providing a plethora of content, but it's often at the expense of grinding. They normally employ auto-pathing and are much more difficult in terms of the actual content. Eternal Magic is absolutely packed with players. When I first did a video on the game, again, as I mentioned earlier, I had no idea that it would be as popular as it is right now. It utilizes a very fluid form of tab target combat that is significantly better than some of the other MMOs released recently like DK Online or even Guardians of Ember. Again, I didn't really make it too far through the game, only like level 25 or 26 I think, as I wanted to push out an early look of the game as soon as I could to give you guys my impressions of early game. If you're all interested in me taking a deeper look into it, getting further through the game, I would be more than happy to. The game seems like a pretty damn traditional MMO as far as early game looks, and I am definitely interested in moving further into it. Both my wife and I do play on the North American server, so if you guys do as well, you should definitely shoot me a message. I am in need of a guild, and I would love to tackle dungeons and PvP in a group of people that I know, so this would probably be an awesome opportunity. And you know, I guess there's also the added benefit of potentially being carried by you guys, so... But that is just my opinion, my first impression of the game. What do you guys think? Are you looking forward to it? Does it look exciting? Will you try it out, or do you even want to? Let me know in the comments below and let's talk about it. Anyway guys, that is it for me. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.